What up, guys? It's your boy Ars. Um, so as you can see by the title, Seth uploaded a video within the past couple hours talking about the black hole feats that Goku went through and all that other jazz. So I said that in my other video that I made, that if he did somehow prove, well, actually not prove, but say that this is a black hole, I would be responding to it. That wasn't an empty comment. I meant that shit, so I'm gonna go into it right now. Let me go over what this is before you even start typing in the comment section, okay? What this is exactly what it says in the title. I'm analyzing Seth's own logic, and I'm going to be attempting to counter them and question them, because apparently a lot of people think that it's not okay to question Seth, and that it's not okay to challenge ideas that you disagree with. That's not allowed in fanboy land. That's not allowed with people who have critical thinking. You just can't do that. Sorry, but your opinion is irrelevant. I can talk about whatever I want to on the internet, freedom of speech and all that other jazz. Second, this is not a debunking video, so do not say that I'm trying to debunk his logic here. I am simply criticizing his opinions and giving him my input on it. Third of all, I am a Dragon Ball fan, so if you try to put some reach like I'm a Superman fanboy or some other shit in the comment section, you're automatically wrong. Get the fuck out of my comment section. Fourth of all, right, I'm actually subscribed to SethTheProgrammer, and I'm subscribed to Chuck the Cybercuck. I am not hating on either one of them, and I do not hate either one of them. This is simply an analysis, someone who's challenging as a fan to do better when making videos like this, so that he understands where someone is coming from. This is not meant to disrespect Seth. This is not meant to disparage Seth. I'm going to be going over all the points that he's made quote for quote, because for some reason I could not put clips of his video in here, but I will be putting the video description down below so you can watch that, in case you don't believe me. So first of all, let's go into what Seth stated in one of his other videos that I watched regarding how powerful Goku is in Ultra Instinct, but this is addressing the end part of his rant that he had in that video. He said that if you're a YouTuber who has a problem with this, referring to his scaling, one that particularly talks about me or throws shade at our community to be trendy, I don't do either one of those things, but continue, and insist on bitching about me and power scaling in your videos, I don't do that either, feel free to hit me up on Discord or Twitter. I'm going to bend you right over, rip your pants off, and penetrate you publicly in front of your entire following. This is from SethTheProgrammer. I assume this has to do with anybody who dares to challenge his beliefs or his opinions on certain subjects. So what I'm going to be doing as soon as this video is over, I'm going to be taking this as soon as I upload to YouTube, and I'm going to PM it directly to his Discord. I am not going to send you the conversation between us two. That's going to be between us if he ever responds to it. But I'm just going to be sending this. This is going to be my opinion on the video that he made, and we're going to move along. If he does respond to this, and this causes a ton of people to come to my video and starting to mass downvote, I don't give a shit. What you don't understand is, I don't have any relevancy for you to destroy. I don't have any reputation for you to destroy. You can dislike this video into oblivion, it makes no difference to me. This video will stay up, and you will have to deal with it. If you have any refutations in the comment section, which I highly doubt you don't, I'm probably not going to respond to it, because I already put all my opinions out here. But if you really do have something that's real good, real spicy, I might respond to it. So I accept your challenge, Seth. Here we go. So these are direct quotes from Seth. Like I said, these are going to be in his video is going to be in the description down below. This is the thing that people don't seem to understand when I'm talking about this topic, is that I am not saying that Goku cannot survive in a black hole, right? That's not my argument. My whole thing that I am questioning in this video from Seth is his reasoning for why he thinks this is a black hole. Before you even can go to feats, Before you can even talk about Goku surviving in a black hole, you have to say whether or not this is a black hole without any doubt, right? Definitively, this is a black hole. If you cannot prove that, then all of your feats are meaningless. All of your scaling past that point is meaningless. So that's exactly what I'm going to be addressing here. Just his reasoning for why he thinks it's a black hole. Nothing else. I don't get into scaling because I'm not a power scaler. I do some minor power scaling here and there, but it's not serious. I mainly counter logic as opposed to scaling, in case that makes sense. So here's what he said. One of the first quotes he said is that in fiction, black holes appear without following real life rules. I said correct. The thing is, though, that you can look to naturally occurring phenomena in our universe and compare it to the Dragon Ball Super universe apples to apples. The reason why I mentioned black holes in the same line as natural phenomena is because that's what a black hole is, a naturally occurring phenomena. So let's do a comparison. Does gravity behave the same way in our universe as it does in the Dragon Ball Super universe? Yes. Does light behave the same way? Yes. Does sound behave the same way? Yes. So why don't black holes in the Dragon Ball Super universe behave the same as they do in our universe? I'm aware that the laws of physics are constantly broken in Dragon Ball. However, natural occurring phenomena and the laws of physics themselves still behave exactly the same in the Dragon Ball Super universe as it does in ours. Just because said laws are broken doesn't mean they're not the same as they are in our universe. They just don't apply to warriors who are beyond them, like Jiren, whose power surpasses time. Oh, in case you don't understand what I'm doing, whatever is on the left is in quotations is his quotes, whatever is on the right is my response to it. A character can escape a black hole, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have infinite power. Goku didn't just escape a black hole, he outright destroyed it, which is implausible for several reasons. A, black holes cannot be destroyed, and B, the user of the attack said light cannot escape the attack, and yet a Kamehameha did, which is a beam of light. Next, he said that even though real life follows special relativity in which light speed would require infinite power, and to escape a black hole you need infinite power, which I said is true and not refutable. He said, then afterwards, does it act like a black hole in any way? Is it as powerful as a black hole? For the first question, barely, and for the second question, no. Android 18 shoots an attack into the black hole and it's absorbed into its mass and it grows in size. This characteristic of the attack was later proven to be pointless as Goku fired an energy wave inside the black hole and it wasn't absorbed. Not only did the black hole not grow in size, but it was completely destroyed. Again, proving that it's not a black hole as black holes cannot be destroyed. A black hole, due to Hawking radiation, would basically, if what the black hole comes in contact with, it's less than a few trillion tons of mass, will basically dissolve almost instantaneously. I had to put what was in brackets because he didn't put complete context in his quote, so this is the context that he's speaking in. He's basically saying whatever a black hole comes in contact with, if it has less than a few trillion tons of mass, it will basically dissolve almost instantaneously. The problem with that is Goku's Kamehameha was not affected by Hawking's radiation. So are you telling me that Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Kamehameha is more than a few trillion tons of mass? If so, how do you know? How would you be able to even control or hold a Kamehameha that heavy if Vegeta was struggling to lift 1,000 pounds in base? Now mind you, I think Vegeta can lift a lot more than that, and it's illogical that he can't, but it's still been decided by the writer that this is the case, so it honestly doesn't matter what I think at that point, so it doesn't really matter. If not, why even mention Hawking's radiation if it doesn't apply to this black hole? I thought black holes don't behave in fiction than they do in reality, so why bring reality consistently into the mix when supporting your arguments? It just doesn't make sense. His quote again, it should also be noted that Goku can't teleport out of the black hole, and this actually coincides with an actual black hole. There is no escape from it. It is entirely sealed. The entire thing is the event horizon. There is no thing sucking things in or pulling things in. It is the black hole. I followed the logic as to why Goku can't escape with the instant transmission. That made sense. However, you made a large leap in logic with no explanation. Is it a black hole? Is a black hole if it doesn't have an event horizon? Is it a black hole if it's not sucking or pulling things in? My point is, you can't call something a black hole if it fundamentally doesn't behave like a black hole. No black hole exists in reality that doesn't have an event horizon or doesn't possess the qualities you just said it lacks. Black holes are called black holes because of the giant hole that sucks in everything around it. That's why it's called a black hole. If it doesn't have one, then it's a gravity prison with black hole-like qualities. If there is a black hole that exists with an event horizon or doesn't have a hole in it, you have to provide that evidence or you're just not making any sense. His quote again. Oh, actually, sorry. This isn't his quote. This next section is basically my conclusion. So these are the two reasons why he says that this is a black hole. His first reason is that the black hole absorbed the ki blast 18 fired and became large as a result, which is a characteristic of a black hole. Again, this is contradicted by the fact that Goku fired a Kamehameha inside the black hole and the Kamehameha wasn't affected in the slightest. Not to mention that the black hole only absorbed mass in that one instance. Even when it was sinking into the ring, it wasn't even absorbing the ring it was sinking into. I noticed because the black hole didn't increase in size while it was sinking into the ring. It maintained its shape and its size. Are you telling me that the black hole is selective about what it absorbs? True black holes do not behave in this way. They suck in anything they come in contact with. If it couldn't even be bothered to suck in Kachin to grow larger, it's not a black hole. He also said that Goku can't teleport outside of the black hole, which I said is a logical argument, and I'll let it stand. And yes, these are the only two reasons why he thinks this is a black hole. If there's any other reasons, he can feel free to correct me or you can tell me down below, but these are the only two reasons that I saw in his entire video. So now let's actually go into what is said in the episode, quote for quote, when it is asked, what is this attack these guys are putting up? So Tien asks, what is that, referring to the pretty black hole? Whis responds, it must be what they call the weight of their love. Focus into one point to create a mass of gravity. So why didn't he just call it a black hole? Why did he go through all of these steps not to specifically call it out as a black hole? Mind you, anytime that Whis normally sees something that he recognizes, he calls it out as it is and doesn't leave any room for debate about it. For example, when he saw that Goku was going into Ultra Instinct, he wasn't sure at first, and then he said with pretty sure clarification that that is Ultra Instinct. That's what it is. Yet here, writer intention didn't make them say we say that this is a black hole, which is the reason why I don't think it's a black hole. If it was a black hole, one of these guys would have just said it was a black hole and called it a day. Instead, they kept jumping around this topic of its being a mass, one point to create a mass of gravity, which doesn't auto equate to a black hole and doesn't really explain anything about anything, which is the reason why I said this isn't a black hole. When the people from Universe 2, referring to, I think, the god of destruction of that universe, she said those who have mastered love and even controlled its weight can unleash that beautiful hidden technique of ruin. Again, nowhere in this description does she talk about a black hole. All she keeps describing it as is someone who's mastered love and can control its weight. So how does mastered love equate to a black hole? That doesn't make any sense. And then they also went on to call it a cage of love that even light cannot escape from. And the thing is about black holes is that black holes don't exist to cage things. That is, black holes suck in everything around them, right? They atomize whatever enters them. Yet in here, you don't see any atomization. And even though they said light cannot escape from it, that was directly proven to be false when Goku fired a beam of light outwards and destroyed it from the inside out with a Kamehameha. And that's light. He also went to Super Saiyan Blue, which also emits light, which doesn't make any sense if light isn't supposed to be able to escape regardless. The second thing, the third thing that I know, the reason why I know this isn't actually a black hole, is that Goku says very clearly that this is real heavy, right? And this part is key, very key. He says it's heavier than the machine at Bulma's. So that means that he thinks that this experience is relativistic to training experience that he had in the past in Bulma's machine. I'm going to get into the reason why that is so significant in a moment. So, in case you want to read, or not read, but listen more about this, I'll be linking the video where I got this information from down below about how a nickel, this like a black hole with the diameter of a nickel, can destroy the entire Earth. So I'm going to be putting that in the description down below or in the comment section so that you can go and watch that video so you understand that I'm not taking any of this shit out of context and I'm not making shit up. So, a black hole with the diameter of a nickel will be more massive than the Earth. That's a diameter of 0.835 inches or 0.4175 inches, which is 0.0106 meters. Seth said that the black hole had a radius of 8.9 meters. That radius is 839.6 times greater than the nickel that can destroy the Earth. Mind you that this nickel would have a surface gravity a billion times greater than Earth while you're on Earth. Now, a billion, in case you don't understand what that is 1 quintillion times greater than the surface gravity of Earth. And this is a logical application because the Grand Prix said that the gravity will be acting on you as if you were on your whole planet. So this isn't some reach that I'm making. Yet Goku simply stated that this black hole was heavier than Bulma's machine. The highest anyone has been seen training in Bulma's gravity machine is 400 Gs, and that was Vegeta. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on that down below, and I'll retract that statement. Now, the black hole with a radius of 8.9 meters would have a surface gravity millions and billions of times greater than that. That's not just heavier than Bulma's machine. That is immeasurably greater than Bulma's machine. Therefore, due to Goku's own words, this black hole had gravity relativistic to something he was familiar with, which is nothing compared to a black hole of that size. Even if Goku did survive in those circumstances, you'd have to explain how 18 and 17 were not crushed by this gravity, as 18 is nowhere near Goku, and while 17 is relativistic to Goku, he's still not nearly as strong as Goku is at Super Saiyan Blue full power. Either way you argue it, there's too many inconsistencies to call this a black hole. All your feats fall apart because 17 and 18 were capable of withstanding the same weight, even though they aren't on his level. Full stop. Just so that while I'm on the topic of this, that's me challenging Seth's portion of the video. Here are other arguments that I've heard from fanboys. The writer said it was a black hole, so it's a black hole. Now, cite me where the writers explicitly stated that it was a black hole. They never said it was a black hole once. Whis didn't say it was a black hole. The God of Destruction from Universe 2 didn't say it was a black hole. The only people who called it a black hole were the users. And by that logic, the Big Bang attack has as much power as the actual Big Bang. No, that's a naming fallacy. That doesn't work in this scenario. Unless you have a direct quote from the writers, them saying explicitly that this is a black hole, it's not a black hole. If your only thing you're predicating this on is them calling it a black hole or pretty black hole, then it's not a black hole, okay? That's not how this fucking works. Because let's be real, let's be honest. If it didn't have black hole in the name, if it wasn't in the name of the attack, would you really think this was a black hole? Be honest. Do not lie to yourself. Okay? Be intellectually honest here. Now, another argument that I've heard is that the black hole was controlled, hence why it doesn't follow the logic of a real black hole. It's also not a natural phenomena, so there. Checkmate. I'm aware that fighters can control their ki and therefore reduce the destructive effect of a black hole. Except that it wouldn't be a black hole anymore now, would it? You can't look at something that has 1/10 the characteristics of a black hole and call it a black hole. That's highly illogical. A black hole is a black hole for all the destructive / non-destructive reasons I listed in the video and my other video on the topic, which I'll put at the end of the video. Even if it's not destroying everything, Goku was still able to stand and thought the black hole was comparable to his own experiences, which, as I already said, is implausible because if it were a real black hole, its gravity output would be immeasurable for Goku to even understand. And secondly, Goku and friends could breathe easy and communicate in the black hole, which is also implausible because there's never been confirmed that there is any sound or oxygen in a black hole. Even if they nerf the destructive capability of the attack, you would still have to explain away the non-destructive parts of the attacks that aren't there either. They also could see the attack, and Seth already stated you can't see black holes, and so did I. Even if you said for that they did that for the observers, yet again, everybody else in the tournament could still see it, so it doesn't make any sense. If this attack doesn't demonstrate even half the characteristics of a black hole, it fails to be a black hole, as you neutered everything that would make it a black hole. So that's my take on the video. I didn't want to make this too long, so I also wanted to do like a side-by-side so you could see his words and mine, so in case you don't want to listen to it and you actually want to see it out in front so you don't get confused. Hopefully you found that format acceptable. That's all I have to say about this whole thing. I'm gonna go, while this video is finishing and before I upload this to YouTube, I'm gonna go join Seth's Discord and prepare to send him this video in the DMs. So that's all of that I have to say about this video. No, I do not believe this is a black hole, and I probably never will until the writers explicitly state it as a black hole. If it is a black hole, then I'll take back everything I said in this video. Otherwise, I'm going to maintain the opinion that it's not a black hole. That's all I have to say on the subject. R's out.